At one time, loggers lived in camps, sometimes as many as 800 men in one location. They were complete mobile communities: bunkhouses, workshops, canteens, beer parlours, schools and churches. And as railways were the main form of transport, the modular buildings were designed so that they could be loaded onto the standard log trains and moved to new areas. Then, as now, loggers took their food very seriously. Any company that didn't pay enough attention to the stomachs of its men could soon find that the loggers upped and moved off to places where they were better fed. But times change. Most of the men at Hayes return home to their wives and families at night. But for some of them, working in the more remote areas, especially the heli logging crews, camp life still exists. And going to work by high-speed water taxi is just part of the job. It's a 2-hour boat trip from Campbell River to the Tarbert Inlet. I've been a sailor for 30 years and been to some wonderful places, but the inlets and mountains between Vancouver Island and the mainland are just perfect. This is real scenery. The loggers are facing 14 10-hour days without a break. For these guys, it's also a place they do their work, so they view it with mixed emotions. Home for the men is a floating hotel. Okay, not quite a hotel, but this far from the lights and highways, it is pretty good. Unlike my van, it does at least offer full standing headroom, beds and a linen service. And best of all, food cooked by John. The food is as fresh as it can be, given that the supply boat only comes in twice a week. John cooks fresh bread, pies and pastries for the men every working day. His kitchen always smells wonderful.
Some beef. So what is on the menu tonight? Tell me.
Stroganoff, beef stroganoff, roast pork, cesareal sausages and sauerkraut, mashed potatoes, new potatoes, corn, mixed veg.
Are they fussy?
No. They want their meat and potatoes.
They want good, solid, basic food. Is that what they're after?
That's it.
Yeah.
Jason is 19 and has worked in a good tourist restaurant down at the civilised end of the island, so he knows about food preparation. But this is his first time working as a bull cook. As well as preparing the salads, working as John's sous chef and doing all the washing up, Jason has to keep 40 bedrooms clean. The linen has to be changed regularly, and he has to deal with 6 communal shower and laundry rooms. His is not the most glamorous gig in the world.
This has got to be the downside of being a bull cook, isn't it?
Yeah,
the
it's
beds and the loos and all those other things.
It's not the funnest work, but we've got to do it.
It's a pretty funky title though, don't you reckon? Bull cook.
I wonder where that came from.
And you've got your bull cook today that you've had is a chap called Jason.
Yeah.
What do you know about him?
Not much. Just that he wants to give it a try out here, so we brought him out to check him out for a couple of days.
He seems to have a bit of a smile on his face. I think he's enjoying himself.
Too much.
Too much? What do you mean, too much? How can you enjoy your job too much?
This is reality out here, buddy. Look at the view you got. You know the views you have around this camp. You're your own boss. Nobody yells or screams at you. And you have the run of anything you want to make it.
So do you prefer this to working in a restaurant?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Because it's always, you're cooking just for the same amount of people all the time. So it's a lot easier to, you know, to manage your time and stuff like that. Whereas in a restaurant, it's so busy. You know, you're just running around.
You don't have to change your sheets though.
No, that's true. And there's lots of women at the restaurant too, which I haven't seen one yet out here other than the wildlife.
I love it when I get new guys in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I see different new salads I learn from them, you see. Instead of my old boring salads, which are all good too, you know.
And what about his technique with a knife? Have you been watching him? They always say you can tell.
He's actually pretty good.
Is he?
Yeah.
It's quite quick.
Yeah. Yeah. He's clean too, which is good. Good cook's a clean cook.
Have you had some dirty ones?
Well, you can tell when you come into the kitchen after you haven't been in it for a week. Nothing is put back where it belongs, or, you know, it's a mess. So you see, this is nice and tidy considering how antique this kitchen is.
How old is it?
I figure this camp was built in the 60s.
Why did you do this? I mean, you could work in a cafe or a restaurant.
I've already done that.
And?
I like this much better.
Why?
Why?
Yeah. It's better money, is it?
Triple.
Triple what you get working as a short order chef. Can I ask you, how often do they say thank you?
More so than they do in town.
Do they?
Yeah. A lot of guys, thanks John, everything was great. Well, they say, thanks John, or whatever on the way out. You'll see it tonight. They're not going to change.